Adam Bearton, founder of Chicken Out, is a Rochester native and attended School of the Arts. He started his career in the food industry at 17, working at Two Vine, the former high-end restaurant. He worked his way up and learned a little bit too.
That's kind of where I fell in love with food, was that first job. It was a higher-end restaurant. Opened my doors to hospitality, good cooking, food.
After that, he moved to New York City with his new wife. He was outside of the food industry for about 7 years, where he ran a construction and remodeling business. But his passion for food and hospitality called him back to Rochester, as well as his desire for more.
You know, being a bartender for the rest of my life wasn't cutting it. But I always had this burning desire to start my own restaurant. I just couldn't get it out of my head.
He was inspired by a New York City restaurant, Peach's Hot House, that served hot chicken. When he came back to Rochester, he realized that there was a void, and his passion for that food ran hot.
When I first started off, I was frying here at the Blossom Road Pub. If you could have seen some of the chicken I was putting out in the beginning, you would cringe. It was a disaster. I became obsessed with what makes good fried chicken good. Besides the love and attention, types of oil, temperatures it's fried in, the brining process, types of flour, seasoning, etc. So I essentially took my grandmother's recipe, she was from the South, and I developed on that. And I essentially created a science experiment where I would run a control and test fried chicken. Every single way you could do it, buttermilk, dry brine, wet brine, you name it. And then essentially this is the recipe I landed on. So.
His recipe took a year and a half to perfect.
It's good fried chicken. We have a base recipe that is called not so hot, and then it goes up from there. So there's not so hot, hot, and then way too hot, and we're going to be introducing a way too hot here on the.
But it's worth it. Even his employees say so.
I've never had chicken that tastes like it. I don't think anybody else ever has.
You know, the cut of meat, you know, it's cooked with care.
I myself can't do it like this.
Adam launched Chicken Out in April of 2019 with Jacarl Armstrong.
It's not the chicken, it's how you prepare it.
And over 35 pop-ups later, Rochesterians have come out in droves. And with some clever marketing through Instagram and their hidden golden eggs, which let people skip the line, Blossom Road Pub looks like this, an hour before they start serving. Some even get in line earlier.
I arrived here about, I'd say 3:20. I usually try to get here between 3 and 3:30. Usually when I'm here, the doors are locked. I just wait in my car, and then once I see like one of the first employees goes in, I'm like, okay, doors unlocked, my turn. This is honestly the best chicken in Rochester, and honestly probably the best chicken within the entire state of New York.
This is the line right before they serve, and then it's showtime.
It is now open!
The wait is worth it.
The response has been outstanding. I mean, it's really been, it's been a wild ride. I was not expecting it to go this crazy so quickly.
And now that they've proved the concept, built the brand, what's next?
We've had so much fun with these pop-ups that we're going to continue the model for a little bit longer. We recently just took over a kitchen space down the road on University Avenue. So from there, we're going to be able to expand, do more pop-ups per week. We're going to introduce hopefully a pickup and a delivery pop-up once a week. And not to say too much, but we're going to start to do Sunday sales, chicken only, trays of tenders for the rest of the football season.
Dan Gross, News 8.